Hi, I'm Mike Thompson. I just got back from a fantastic trip in where I went on my first lobster dive. I caught 4, kept 3, and ate 2, gave 1 away. They tasted all right, and it was a whole awful lot of fun. I highly suggest that you give lobster diving a try. Now, there's a couple things that you're going to need, and depending on where you are, determines what gear you get to use. Florida spiny lobsters don't have claws, so they can't pinch. But as the name suggests, they do have spines all over their bodies, and they can poke you pretty good. So, if you go to the lobstering section of Harbor Freight, you'll find hardy gloves like this that have latex coating in yellow. They're very grippy, and they protect fantastically against the spines. Another thing you're going to need is somewhere to put the lobsters once you catch them. This is a lobster bag. It's got a big old opening. I just clipped this to my BC. I've got a big old opening here with a trap door in it. So once you catch them, after you've measured them, make sure they're keepers. You shove them through there and they can't get out. The zippered bottom then allows you to get them out. Now, in Florida, you're allowed to use snares. I didn't want to spend $50 on a snare, and so I built my own. You might recognize these as fiberglass tent poles. Well, I removed the stretchy cord that was inside and replaced it with a 1/16 inch stainless steel wire. I 3D printed a little fitting here at the end, and then, let me grab this. I went to Home Depot and got these Everbuilt cable terminals. Yes, there's a big one and a little one, and then I used that to crimp onto the end of the wire, and then shove that simply into the end of my 3D printed piece. You could, of course, just wire tie it, somewhere to the end here. The point is then, and you also don't need 3D printed handle or anything like that. So, to set the snare, I simply thread the wire back through. Now, one thing I wish I had probably done was use a slightly larger diameter wire. This cable is 1/16 of an inch, and as you saw, it's kind of difficult to push back through the tube. I probably would go with maybe 3/32 or 1/8 inch, but that would be really close to the ID of these fiberglass rods, and so I didn't do that. But you can see here when it's fully caulked and ready to use, I've got about a 5-inch circle here. And so, really, really fun. I would tickle them out, right? Normally you have a tickle stick and then a snare. A tickle stick is usually just a stick with a bent end. I used my snare as my tickle stick. I didn't want to have to use two things. And so you look for them under rocks. They're rock lobsters after all. And then you kind of, tickle their backs a little bit, just kind of to get them to coax them out. And then once they're out far enough, you put the snare in behind their tail. And then once you get it, you simply pull it tight. And then they can't get away. They're going to try. The one other thing you're going to need is a lobster measuring device. I made my own, 3D printed. This slot here is just 3 inches long. And as long as it doesn't fit over the carapace or body of the lobster, your lobster's big enough to take. Super simple, something you could totally make yourself. You absolutely don't need 3D printed pieces like I made. You could just put a thimble on the end, the loop to pull. But using kids' old tent rods means this thing's also then collapsible. It travels much easier. Now it's only about 1 foot long. And fully extended, it's a little over 3 feet. This thing here, though, was a lot of fun to make. I whipped these up. It took me maybe an hour or so. And it cost me basically nothing. I think I spent $4 on the cable terminals at the ends. And the wire was maybe another $3 or so. But this is something you can definitely make yourself. It's an awful lot of fun, but probably not as fun as actually catching the lobsters. So don't be afraid to try. But go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Mike Thompson, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.